Hello, everybody. My name is Freaky Old Man. I am the host of Argus Media's News, the official news channel videos for your viewing pleasure. Today, I have the amazing and talented Boku D, head of coding. Hello, Boku.
Hello. Hello.
So, Boku is an elusive creature. I have tried to do this video many times, and it's very hard.
It's fine.
Kind of like Kaiba. So, congrats. We've actually got Boku on the video. We are going to go over everything to do with the upcoming 1.5 release for the 24th of August. So all the information is pretty much what is set in stone and you will get to see on the 24th. So with that, let us start with what programming have been up to. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you and the programming team have been doing?
Yeah, so for 1.5 there were many things that we wanted to improve compared to 1.4. Initially, the first few things that we addressed were the UI systems and also the networking systems for items and also the way items in general behave in the game. Because in 1.4 this was all, while usable and it worked, it was kind of janky. And specifically the UI, we wanted to get it to a more high quality polished level to where it felt like you could actually use it for a proper game. So we remade the entire UI system from scratch. We remade the entire item system from scratch as well. And we got us up to a pretty high level. Aside from that, we also reworked the combat system. So it works completely differently compared to 1.4 now. Whereas in 1.4, we relied exclusively on VRChat's IK networking. We now actually do some custom stuff separately from that for both hit detection, so that happens locally now, and also transferring damage information. And while we know that this is going to definitely make it feel very different from 1.4, we still think it's better. Especially because it's a lot more consistent. Yeah, that's the main changes I think people should know in 1.5, code-wise.
Brilliant. So that's the combat update that you and Live have been working on. You might have seen a little bit of a clip there.
I guess you could call it a combat update, the UI update, whatever. It's
the
so much stuff has changed.
Yeah.
Especially many things that I also haven't mentioned right now.
Yeah. And apart from everything that what is on the direct roadmap basically? So we're looking at the roadmap that was just released on the Discord to the public. So if any of you have been in the Discord, you'll see that there's a roadmap. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and features that are coming up for the 24th.
Right. You mean after the 24th, right?
Sorry, after the 24th. Sorry, yeah. So after the 24th, you'll be able to see all our roadmap ideas that are pretty much laid out. Do you want to talk about some of them for 1.5.1?
Yes. So the main item on the roadmap for 1.5.1 is combat with enemies. So mobs are currently already in the game in 1.5, or at least in the private versions of it, but you currently cannot fight them. And the reason for that is that we were not able to get the NPC system up to the level that we want it to be at. It is basically useless right now. Aside from just being able to see them walk around, they are properly networked. It all exists and works. But once you start fighting them with our current code, it just doesn't work. And that's why you wanted to delay PvE combat until 1.5.1. But that should be ready for then. Then the next item is going to be trading. And what that is basically going to entail is being able to request a trade from someone or offer a trade to someone through the menu system, and then receiving call for it in return. And then after that, also combat effects. And that basically means particle effects, sound effects, and proper visual and auditory feedback. during combat. So if you hit someone, it doesn't just lower their health like 2 or 3 seconds later, but you immediately notice it. It feels like satisfying.
For those
And
of
that's the goal
you
there.
in the Discord, we did post some of stock 54's particle effects. They're actually in the media channel for you to check out that are going to be in the 1.5 update. To go with like the combat, there's a death particle in there, and there's a teleporting particle. There's a few particle effects for you to see in there. So
Yeah.
go on, Boku. Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, for 1.5.2, we also already have some stuff planned, including a duel system and the first version of player progression. So, dueling, I'm assuming you already have a pretty good idea what that's going to mean.
A lot of our community, I think, are very, very interested in this part. Yeah, for the dueling system.
So, and then for player progression, that's going to mean being able to gain XP for killing monsters, not just Cole, and then being able to level up and probably level up different stats to try to get a more MMO style experience into the game, being able to actually progress somewhere. That is, yeah, that's what we currently have planned for that. There are also a lot of other things actually, but we're not sure whether or not those are going to be in or not, so we're still gonna keep those on the
little bit of a secret
list for now.
Yeah, a little bit of a secret list for the staff to work on. And finally, obviously with 1.5 releasing on the 24th, how are the player base going to get into it? Will there be a update to the current world, or is there going to be some sort of new world for them to enter?
Yeah, so actually currently the 1.4 world is hosted on Zerathex's account, because he initially started the project when he was still working on it on his own, of course. And we just slowly kept updating that every time. But from 1.5 onwards, we're gonna move it to a public account that we all have somewhat ownership over. That being the Argus VRC account. And Zerathex's old world is gonna be updated to basically just be a landing zone with a small portal in it that will take you to the new world. And aside from that, you're obviously gonna be able to join through either a world link or finding it or whatever. But that's just to make the transition a little easier. So that there's gonna be a new world.
Yeah.
Then aside from that, save data is gonna carry over. Unlike what some of you might have heard. Because we initially planned to erase save data.
We did.
Once 1.5 came out, because it wouldn't be fair if you could just
take everything with
use
you
items and stuff.
Yeah, from the last couple of months and stuff.
Yeah, so you can just get it all for free for AFKing.
Yeah.
But in 1.5, that's actually gonna work the same for now, and that's gonna change later in 1.5.1.
Yeah, later.
I should also note.
Update. Go on.
There's never gonna be. We're never gonna erase save data, so you're always gonna keep. Basically some magic numbers that we store in there, like when you first played, and your hour count. Those are never going to be reset, because that wouldn't make any sense. The only thing that's going to change if we were to ever erase something is the contents of your inventory and stuff like your health. So everything else would always carry over. I should also note the save system that we are using is completely cross-world compatible. So if we ever decide to make more worlds with, for example, different floors in the future, this is all just gonna keep working, and you can take it from one world to another.
Exactly. So that's really nice. And obviously with the save data that Boku's just said, the Black Sword Plague, or virus that you all love to keep calling, is also fixed in the 1.5 update with the new save feature. So if you have been having save issues in the 1.4 world, when you go to the 1.5 world, it should, I say in quotation marks,
it should be solved.
It should be solved, yes. And I believe that is everything. That we have time for.
Probably everything that we.
Well, thank you for coming to talk to us about everything that's coming up for the 1.5 world update on the 24th, and I hope everyone looks forward to that. So thank you
Yeah, of
both you,
course.
and goodbye. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe to our videos and all our social media links. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. We'd like to take a minute to thank all the supporters who've been supporting the development team in making this project a reality. Without you guys, none of this is possible. If you'd like more information about what the team is doing and to get the latest info, head to discord.gg/ArgusVRC to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.